I sit alone, listen to the sound of rumbling trains. Hope my tears are blending with the plummeting rain. And it's been so long, I'm growing numb to the pain. And today it's just the same, feel like nothing has changed. Still feel the embers burn, still live in this empty urn. Still walk this winding road and I stumble at every turn. Still lost, hopeless, heartbroken, I never learned. Still an artist, poet, soft-spoken with heavy words. Still tethered to earth, envy the birds, option to fly. So I wouldn't ponder why I sat here watching a crowd.
Boy Reckless once again with another interview. We got my homeboy right here, Joseph. How you
What's
doing,
good?
Joseph?
Joseph Save, San Jose, California.
Good shit. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna use my phone because I'm so professional. All right, tell us where you're from.
Born and raised primarily South San Jose. Been here about 15 years now.
Okay.
On and off. I come and go. Can't escape it. It's like a black hole, man.
Right. Cool. Tell us how you got into the rap game.
Me and my boys, mostly in high school, like we're fucking around. I grew up listening to hip hop. Like I came up listening to mostly like East Coast, like Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. I was a big Boot Camp fan. OGC, fucking Helter Skelter. I fucking always loved hip hop, and I started fucking around, like writing mostly like poetry and stuff around middle school, shit like that. And then yeah, my boy, junior year, randomly decided he was gonna put a studio together, and then like so we started fucking around with music. He started fucking around with beats a little bit. Shout out to DJ 9000, still my producer, and he's the fucking man.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the studio, it's came a long way. We just kind of built from the ground up.
Good shit, bro. All right. Now, you go by Joseph Save. That's your real name, right?
Yes, sir.
Real name, no gimmick.
Yes, sir. I'll be try shit.
Yeah. Tell us. You had a name before. It was called The Ugly Truth.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Tell us how that name came about and why the name changed.
Yeah, my music, to me, it's a form of therapy. I write about just life shit. All my fucking problems I'm dealing with is where my music comes from. So it's just like real honest to me anyway. So The Ugly Truth is, you know, the subjects I write about aren't always pretty.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's ugly and shit. So The Ugly Truth was just suiting, and I changed it. Cause that fuck shit romantic comedy dropped called The Ugly Truth, and I was getting a lot of people hitting me up, be like, "Oh fuck, it's your movie." So I had to, you know, I did it out of shame. I dropped the name.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Shame and embarrassment.
Yeah. Fuck that Kate girl.
Fucking fuck Gerard Butler. Fuck that fool.
All right, now time for a cliche question, right quick. What does hip hop mean to you?
Hip hop to me, shit. Hip hop to me, like I didn't grow up with much, so like a lot of I hate to call it like struggle rap or whatever, but I related a lot to that shit as a kid, and it was like a source of escape for me. From a very young age, you know, 9-10 years old, I could put music on and zone out. It just kind of, it took me away from whatever I was going through in my life.
Yeah.
And it kind of put me in a better place. Hip hop has always been like a huge part of my life. I don't know where I'd be without music.
Definitely, bro. Okay, so tell us your top 5 favorite rappers of all time.
Shit, man, my top 5 changes a lot. But
right now,
if I had to put one together, I put Jigga on there. Jay-Z has always been a big favorite of mine. Probably Royce 5'9".
Ooh, nice one.
Yeah. I'm not so much anymore, but I'm a big fan of his old work. It's Aesop Rock. Let's see, fucking two more. Let's see.
Not to be confused with A$AP Rocky, young kids.
Nah, this nerd shit from back in the day.
Yeah.
Sean Price, Sean P, rest in peace. Fucking one of the dopest, like stylistically, like he's just fucking too ill. He's got lines for days.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else I've been fucking with. I'm gonna throw J. Cole in there. I'll fuck with J. Cole. Yeah, Cole.
Cool. All right. Now, listening to a lot of your music, I know there's a big, heavy punk and rock influence in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us your 5 favorite bands.
My 5 favorite bands.
It can be other things like punk, rock, hard
Right,
rock,
right.
anything, you know.
Fucking, I like And Beyond the Coast is a really dope band. I've used their samples in my music. Probably my favorite band, period, is Brand New.
Nice.
They're, their whole collection of just fucking dope. I've also used samples from their
Yeah.
music in my shit. Let's see.
Link right here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We'll edit that shit in later.
Yeah.
Greeley Estates, they're a dope band. They're pretty heavy though, so if you're into that shit. The band Lydia, they just make fucking really chill music, super depressing shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucks with it. I like City and Colors, super dope.
Tight, bro, tight. All right. Throughout your whole career so far, who's been your favorite person to work with?
DJ 9000.
DJ
Yeah,
9000.
hands down, easy.
Yeah.
So if you need beats, he doesn't fuck with it too heavy anymore, but hit up DJ 9000, Chris Tovar. I'm sure we can throw his fucking Instagram or some
Yeah,
shit
we'll put
on
his link
here.
down in the description for you guys.
Yeah, he's my closest friend and pretty much the only person I've worked with musically over the last 12 years or so.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, what artists do you want to work with right now that you haven't worked with yet?
Well, now that I've worked with Reckless, I have to find someone else. Let's see. There's like mostly like my homies, really. Like I don't really go out of my way. Like I would never pay to collaborate with anybody. Like I prefer for it to happen organically. So
makes the best music sometimes.
My boy Neil. Like obviously y'all ain't gonna know who that is. He's out of Stockton. He's a really dope MC. I'd fucking work with him, and my boy Frank, aka Gray Fox. This fool's a fucking beast. Like, if you see this, fucking holler at me. Let's do work.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's been the high point of your career?
The high point of my career. I've done some pretty dope shows out like around Sacramento. I remember opening for Tech Nine at the Boardwalk. This was years ago, and I've always I enjoy doing shows, period. But I mean that show, it was sold out, like it was fucking nuts, and I was up there, I was drunk as shit, and the whole crowd was just showing mad love, and that was like a feeling unlike anything I can really put into words. It was just amazing. Like I was up there, it just made me want to kill shit. Like it was a different kind of high.
Tight. All right. Now, who's been your biggest supporter throughout your whole career?
My mama. Nah, she holds me down, but she doesn't really push me to do music. I mean, honestly, probably again DJ 9000 and you, man. You've kept pushing it. Hugo, shout out Tragic One.
What up, though?
He's always helped me out with like flyers and album art and all that shit.
Cool. All right. What's the difference between Joseph Sav the person and Joseph Sav the rapper?
Not a lot, honestly. Like I said, man, most of my songs is just shit that I deal with in life. Joseph Sav the rapper might be a little more depressed than I am in real life, but it's all just kind of reflections of my regular personality, really. So there ain't too much of a difference.
No, cool. Staying true to the music.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. Tell us about your early rap days. Any cool stories you got?
Oh man.
Specific. You probably got a lot.
We were a pretty ratchety group of kids when we first started. I remember the first show we did was at the Gaslighter in Gilroy.
Yeah.
I was about 17, and I was staying with my boy Dave, who also rapped as Odious way back in the day. He's a father now, so congratulate him.
Congrats, man.
And I was staying at his place for that week. I remember it was winter, so it's like steady raining. I wore the same clothes that whole week. They were wet. I was falling in mud and shit. We went to do our show, and we straight up looked like a bunch of orphans or some shit. And I remember doing the show. We killed it. Everybody loved it. I was so nervous. Like I ain't never been that nervous for shit because I'd never been on stage before.
Yeah.
And after that, I just thought I was the man and shit. I was like, yeah, fucking no one can tell me shit. And they asked us to leave because we weren't 21. So.
Oh.
But that was dope. And as far as early shit, I used to get drunk at all my early shows when after I was 21, and that led to a lot of shenanigans. But I won't
Say
get
the
into all
least,
that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what project do you got in the work right now?
I actually just got back into recording again, and so like I want to put out like a little EP, just to kind of have something to put out there. Like
Yeah.
I would like to get back into doing shows, so that's something I figured we could build on doing.
Yeah.
I want to work with a lot of more like local artists, like get some shit going. Cause I've met a lot of people, not just hip hop artists, but like I got buddies in bands and shit that just do shit around San Jose and find it really hard to get people to come out. So I figure if we could all, build together and just
like
like
a
kind of build
community,
up the whole, South Bay music scene.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's something I like to do.
Good shit. All right. Now, another cliche question, being a Caucasian rapper, if you will.
Right.
Sorry if I have to call you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, saying white's kind of harsh.
Yeah, fuck white people, by the way.
All right. How do you feel about being one in this industry that's predominantly African American?
Honestly, like I've never really had any negative effects from being like a white person doing hip hop music. Most people have been very accepting of me. Like if you have talent, people aren't gonna hate on you regardless of what nationality or race you are and all that shit. Like I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the struggles of the white people, like because they're non-existent. But the only thing like it used to really bother me, now I don't give a shit, was I used to get a lot of comparisons to just other white artists just because they were white. They're like, oh, you sound like Atmosphere, whatever.
Yeah.
And it used to piss me off, but I don't give a fuck. In all reality, I kind of do. So
Yeah, for real. Speaking of which, like, how do you feel about the top white rappers in the game, and how they reflect you, as a rapper? You doing a really good job, or what do you feel?
Oh man, nah.
Nah.
There's a couple other white rappers I fuck with that I'll listen to, but for the most part, like, I don't fuck with Eminem. Like, I know fucking people hate me for that shit. I know blasphemy, right? Like, I think he's corny, but whatever. To each their own. I don't hate nobody for liking him, but I mean, I don't really relate too closely to other white rappers in the game. I do like Atmosphere is dope. Like, I do like their earlier shit. Slug is dope. Again, Aesop Rock is dope. There's white rappers out there, but I wouldn't say they like represent me like very well.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel about the state of hip hop right now?
You know what? I honestly ain't mad at it. Of course, just like if you go back to any era in hip hop music, there were those artists that were, did corny shit. Like people like to act like, the early 90s were there's a golden age of hip hop. Like there was no fuck shit back there. And then, you still had, your MC Hammers and your fucking Vanilla Ices and all that shit. There's always been corny music, but like today there's a lot of artists that are doing really dope, genuinely good hip hop. Like you do have, your J. Cole's and your Kendrick Lamar's and your fucking Logic is doing a lot of cool shit, and a lot of the young new artists out doing this mumble rap and all that shit. Like I'm honestly not mad at that either. Like I mean,
they made it,
Yeah, they're doing their thing, and if you don't like it, you don't gotta listen to it. It ain't that serious, but
that's
like
what it boils down to. Most of the time.
It's a lot of the older heads, like people around my age and older, that are just hating on it just to hate on shit. They become that stereotype, like back in my day, music was music and all that bullshit.
We used to play it on cassette tapes.
Nah, I think hip hop's doing well. It's thriving.
That's good. All right, getting more into a political side, how do you feel about the Black Lives Matter movement, being a member of hip hop?
I'm very much behind the Black Lives Matter movement. I think it's important. It's something that this America needs right now, because the misconception a lot of people have is, this whole all lives matter bullshit and all that didn't come about until there was a Black Lives Matter. You don't see all lives matter people protesting, the murder of anybody by police. They're just doing it because in their mind all matters equal, which is true. And what Black Lives Matter is saying is basically our lives mattered as well.
Yeah.
Because in this country, people of African American descent have always been, you know, given the shit end of the stick. You
Yeah.
know, and yeah, I feel like Black Lives Matter is important. People need to see it. And that you can be down with it or not. If you're not, fine. But if you're very against it, I feel like that hides a deep-rooted, like, closet racism
Yeah,
inside
right.
you. So,
That's
yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
all for Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, by the way.
They do. Black lives do matter, indeed. And how do you feel about hip hop artists, you know, taking a political term, you know, doing like?
I feel like that's
yeah.
important, bro. Like, cause yeah, that's another thing that really irks me is people are like, oh, well, why aren't you out there in the streets? Like,
Yeah.
well, it's not all about that. What they have is an outlet to reach a ton of people, like more so than obviously your average person, and they're using that opportunity to send a message, like
Yeah.
to draw attention to important matters. And yeah, I feel like that's important to do. Like, so, you know, good on them. Anybody who's drawing attention to things that need attention is,
Yes.
you know, doing the right thing in my book.
Definitely, for sure. You know, shout out YG.
Yeah, right. Fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah. All right, how do you feel about more new rappers openly coming out saying they don't drink, they don't do drugs, they don't smoke weed? You know, do you think that's like a new like brand of conscious hip hop, or is it just like their personal choice?
I mean, I guess it could be either or. Really, you could be both. Because I mean, choosing not to drink or do drugs doesn't automatically make you a saint. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't like
that's
consider
true.
it conscious hip hop, because
Yeah.
you can still be a garbage person and be sober. You know
That's
what
true,
I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've gone through my own struggles with drugs and alcohol. So, I mean, I'm mostly sober these
Yeah.
days, I guess you would call it.
Yeah,
But like,
for sure,
I wouldn't
yeah.
consider myself conscious. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of a dick. So,
That's
depending on who you ask.
Yeah, for sure. All right, which rappers do you think has the dopest ad libs?
The dopest ad libs.
Yes.
I'd say it was a toss up maybe between like Future and I'm gonna throw it back to Silk the Shocker. There's no one was seeing Silk the Shocker on his ad libs.
Hell yeah. And which rapper do you think has the dopest flow? Period.
Oh man, all time I would say Method Man.
Meth.
But for right now, fuck. That's a hard one. I don't know these days. But I'm really feeling like I said, J. Cole is just really dope to me.
Mhm.
I don't know if his flow shits on everyone in the games, but I'm gonna roll with J. Cole for these days.
Cool.
But yeah, Method Man like is someone I studied and when I first started rapping in terms
Yeah.
of like how to write a beat and all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
His
His flow is
flow's
so
killing
smooth.
the game,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was smooth and hard all at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, tell us something people don't know about you. You know, yeah.
Shit. There's a lot of things I like it that way.
Like first, you drink that water.
Oh yeah, I drink water. I don't only drink whiskey.
No, I'm in all seriousness. Like,
And let's see. Yeah.
it can be random. It can be like, I love socks. Like, you don't understand. I love socks.
Oh, that's speaking of
Kinda
it, that's
deal.
a good one actually, because I actually never wear socks. I don't wear socks. So I'm not wearing socks right now. It's gross. Yeah.
Oh,
and
fuck.
my
Yeah.
feet are disgusting. So fun fact about Joseph Save.
Hey, he's a dirty motherfucker.
I'm
Thought you
dirty.
didn't know. All right, looking back at the first song you made, how did it make you feel after you made it, and how do you feel about it now?
The first song that we ever recorded in the studio was when I was still with my rap group Savages. I was 17, and back when we first did it, I think it took us about like an hour and a half to record a 3-minute song, which is ridiculous. But yeah, we put a lot of effort into it. Like I remember it was like I spent like a week writing that verse, like trying to iron out all the kinks and everything.
Yeah.
And when we listened to the final product, like I have never been that gassed about another song I've recorded in my career. But looking back at it, it was terrible. It was an awful song. It was
Oh,
a
shit.
shitty song. The verses sucked. But back then, you couldn't tell us that. We had
Yeah.
really created something, and we were very proud of it. So But yeah, looking back, it's not that good. Pens, pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's what's up,
Good
though.
shit,
You know,
yeah.
you should try something different when you're
Yeah,
young, you know?
right.
All right. If you compare yourself to an established artist, who would it be and why?
Shit. Oh man, I don't know. Let's see here. You know, I don't really think I can pick an established artist to compare my. If I had to, probably Slug Atmosphere, and he's really not that established. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
just because
somebody,
he's
yeah.
sad and white and he raps. So,
Right. Fits the bill, don't it?
Yeah, okay,
All
I
right.
feel it.
What do you think listeners get from listening to your music?
I don't know, depressed. Like,
Do you get the pressure?
no,
listening to 'em?
actually,
Yeah.
a lot of the people, my fans, if you will, have hit
Uh-huh.
me up and said, you know, like I listened to your song and I went through the same exact thing. Cause like I speak on a lot of things that, you know, it's not like I'm out here talking about balling and shit, cause I
True.
don't.
Yeah.
Like I talk about, you know, my problems with drugs or like going through breakups a lot. Like a lot of my relationship woes are put into songs, like alcoholism. So people will contact me and they'll be like, yo, I'm going through it right now. Either like, you know, I can't stop drinking, or like me and my girl are going through it.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of that. And that means a lot to me. The fact that someone can listen to my shit and it'll even if it's just something to relate to, if it
Yeah.
could help them in that situation in any form, that, you know, that's huge to me. That means a lot.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right. Out of all the collective of songs you've ever done in your whole career, what do you say is your favorite?
My favorite, probably My Winter in Michigan. That's just the way that song came together. You
Yeah.
know, it's in terms of the process of writing and the beat and what I was going through at the time. Very few songs where I'm writing them and putting them together in my head and we recorded the final product. You know, they're not always on the same like I pictured it.
Yeah.
And that song was one of them. It came out exactly how I envisioned it, and it was just like, I'm very happy with that song. So yeah, if you get a chance, you know, jump
Check it
on
out.
YouTube, Joseph
Yeah.
Save, My Winter in Michigan.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite songs.
Oh, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, now we're gonna get into the fan question segment, which we put up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I choose some of the best ones. And now here's what your fans have to ask about you. All right. First question comes from C Fizzle.
See, Fizzle.
C Fizzle, shout out to you. Yeah, some names are weird. Will you ever do another song with Odious?
I would love to, honestly. If he was open to doing it, as far as I know, he's just being on his grown man shit, you know, being a husband and father and working and stuff. But yeah, I would definitely be down to do another song with Odious. Shout out Odious. I'm gonna send you this link, you fuck. You
Yeah.
do a song with me.
Right now, damn it. All right, next question comes from Andrea_19 Bay.
All right,
Yeah, yeah.
what's up?
For real. When are you gonna do some music videos?
I don't know. When are we gonna do some music videos?
Okay, we'll do some after this. You know.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, any day. Maybe soon. Maybe one day when it's not so fucking hot.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I'm sweating like a whore in church right now. Or just like a whore.
Yeah.
Whore sweat.
All right.
Traditionally known for sweating.
All right. Next question comes from Michael Ledesma.
What's up, Mike?
When are you doing more shows?
You know, as soon as I get some new material recorded, I want to get back into doing shows. So, yeah, as soon as I get some more songs like in my catalog, I'll get together with you and we'll set something up.
Sure.
Fuck you, Mike.
Fuck you too, brother.
I love you, Mike. I'm
Yeah,
just
we
kidding.
do. All right. Next question comes from Tragic One. What's the funniest moment in your rap career?
The funniest moment.
Yeah.
Probably when I was performing at the Macla
Mhm.
in downtown San Jose, and prior to the show, they told us we were going on in an hour, and they had an open bar at this show. So I was like, okay. So I had a couple drinks, and then they told us we weren't starting for another 2 hours. And you can't do that with me and put me in front of an open bar. So I got completely wasted. And Mike was actually performing, and he called me on stage to do one of the shows. And I tried to like do some cool guy intro and run and jump up on stage, but I missed it and ate shit, grabbed one of the speakers and took it down with me. And then I was so we got that settled, and I was so drunk that I forgot when to start, so Mike had to start rapping my verse for me. And then I kind of caught on.
Yeah.
And then later in the show, I was also so wasted that I couldn't remember the second verse to one of my songs, so I just did the first one twice. And that was the only show I've ever been booed at. So, fun times.
Yeah.
I believe I met you at that
Yeah,
show.
that's what I just said. The first time I met you was at that show. Literally, you just say, "Sup, I'm Joe, bye." You just walked away, all tremor.
Sounds about right.
I'm like, oh, well, that was Joe. Good to meet you. All right, last question comes from Greninja_420 confirmed. Are you proud of the music you've made?
Yeah, I would say like 99% of it I'm proud of the music I've made. Like all the songs I record, I put a lot of thought into them and everything. Like of course there's just some songs I record to fuck around for fun or whatever. But for the most part, everything I do, I put a lot of. There are songs that didn't come out quite like I had planned them to, and I could do without them. But yeah, most of my songs I'm happy with.
Good shit. Segment on the channel. I'm gonna have my boy Joe drop a quick verse for you guys. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Mm.
Yo, the tide came in. So high with skyscraping, mind racing over dumb shit. Fuck it, I'm wasted. Why fake it? No reason for me to pretend I'm improving when I'm drowning in the deep end every weekend. Probably end up locked in county for 100 days and counting. No money on my books, I'm as hungry as I look. Crooked views got me walking down the wrong road. Lost soul tipping, still tripping into potholes. Got goals I wanna see, but honestly my head is fucked. Struggle with getting out of bed because depression sucks. Death coming, holding every breath like it meant something. Can't see the big picture, liquor got the lens busted. Let's discuss it. Disgusted, I'm still making noise. Mama, don't give up on me, keep praying for your baby boy. No, there's nothing I'm not willing to do. And I know it hurts to watch, but it's killing me too. Heaven's hella miles away. I hope they get the message, cause I broke a lot of hearts, but that wasn't my intention. I'm trying to make it right. My way of life is not healthy. Love is the rhythm to my soul. God help me.
Yeah. Dropping change, you know.
Yeah, dropping change.
Yeah. All right, man. Anything you want to add to the people out there at all?
Keep listening. Local artists, keep making music. You know, support local artists, like in all forms. Like if you're out there, get up, be part of your local music scene, art scene. You know, go buy some paintings, go to some shows, do some shit. You know, we need this shit.
Hell yeah. Buy some CDs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get out there.
Yeah. All right, man. It's your boy Reckless signing off. We out here.